You are walking down the street. Then you see a woman who looks like Ada Wong, wearing a tight, striking outfit, a full chest, a body that stands out. A kind of attraction strong enough to make you stop for a second, even though you were not prepared for that moment. No touching, no conversation, no invitation. Just a quick glance, and your body has already started to react. Your heartbeat changes. Your attention gets pulled toward her, and somewhere in your mind, a very primal feeling appears. You want her. Not after a few minutes of thinking, not after you sit there and analyze what kind of woman you are attracted to, almost instantly, and that speed is what makes it confusing. Before you even think, desire has already shown up. You have not even decided whether you should keep looking or not. You have not even asked yourself whether that reaction is right or wrong, but your body has already answered. Have you ever wondered why? Why can a man's body become aroused just from seeing an attractive woman? Why can one passing figure trigger desire, heartbeat, attention, and even a feeling of wanting to possess? And why is that instinctive part of you so sensitive? A lot of people think arousal starts in the lower part of the body, but in reality, the reaction usually begins much earlier. It begins with the way the brain processes what just passed through your eyes. An image appears. The brain identifies it very quickly. Is that the opposite sex? Is she attractive? Does she resemble something that has turned you on before? Is this worth paying more attention to? That process does not require you to sit down and reason through it. It happens fast, automatically, and often much more quietly than you realize. When the body treats that image as an attractive signal, the reward system starts to get involved. Dopamine makes that signal stand out more. Your attention stays on it longer. Desire becomes clearer. Then the automatic nervous system pulls the body into a different state. Your heartbeat changes, your breathing shifts, blood flow changes, and the body can become aroused before you have time to consciously control it. That is why you can feel yourself reacting very quickly, even when nothing has actually happened on the outside. In 2000, researcher Jean Redoute and his colleagues used brain imaging to observe men as they were exposed to visual sexual stimuli. The results showed that arousal does not live in one single spot in the brain. It involves several systems at the same time: cognition, emotion, motivation, and the body's automatic responses. Put simply, when you see an attractive woman, your body is not reacting randomly. The image is recognized, it is evaluated, it is given meaning. And then the body gets pulled along. A scientific review by Heather Rupp and Kim Wallen also shows that the reaction to visual sexual stimuli is not as simple as you see it, then you get turned on. Before the body reacts, the brain has already processed the content, the context, the level of attractiveness, and the memories connected to that image. So the thing that arouses you is not only the person in front of you. It is also the way your brain has learned to read another person as a signal. And this did not begin with the internet. Human beings have had to pay attention to attraction signals for a very long time. Health, age, body shape, face, movement. In evolutionary history, those signals were connected to mate selection, reproduction, and the survival of the species. David Buss's 1989 cross-cultural study, conducted across 37 cultures, found that physical attractiveness was one of the important factors people considered when choosing a mate. In other words, beauty has never been only beauty. For a very long time, it has also been a biological signal. A signal connected to desire, connected to reproductive opportunity, connected to the body reacting before the rational mind has time to ask questions. But this is where the problem begins. We no longer live in the ancient world. We live in the age of the internet. TikTok, Instagram, algorithms, images edited through every kind of software, videos cut at the exact moment most likely to trigger you. In the past, men saw real people in real life. Now the mind is flooded with the most beautiful, most suggestive, most extreme images selected from millions of people. The internet does not just let you look, it trains you to normalize those images. It measures where you stop, which type of body you look at the longest, which face you click on, which moment you replay, which camera angle keeps you watching. Then it gives you more, stronger, clearer, more suggestive, more likely to make you stop. A 2012 study by OE and colleagues found that dopamine can influence reward system activity when people process sexual stimuli, even when those signals appear very quickly. That means sometimes you think you are calmly choosing, but your body has already been influenced by a reward signal. And when that happens again and again, your brain gets used to it. The most attractive thing becomes the thing most worth noticing. The most stimulating thing becomes the thing that feels most important. The thing that turns me on becomes the thing I want. That is why when you meet an attractive woman in real life, your reaction does not come only from her. It also comes from your history of images, the images you have watched, the types of bodies the algorithm has pushed into your eyes, the fantasies you have repeated too many times. She did not put desire into your head. She just walked by. The rest comes from the way your brain has learned to feel. The same woman. One man sees nothing unusual. Another man finds her extremely attractive. Another man has no reaction at all. Because arousal is not only in the person you are looking at, it is in your body, your memory, your habits of looking, and the things you have allowed into your mind too many times. But this is the most important part. Your body reacting does not mean you are bad. A thought appearing does not mean you have done something wrong. A moment of arousal does not turn you into a disgusting person. You do not get to choose every first reaction your body has, but you are responsible for what you do after that reaction. Arousal is not a sin, but arousal is also not a license. Not a license to stare, not a license to comment, not a license to harass, not a license to turn another person into something you own. Desire is not love. A body reaction is not an order. And women do not exist to confirm men's biological responses. The real question is not only this: why do you become aroused when you see a beautiful woman? The deeper question is, what do you do after your body reacts? Do you keep staring or do you look away? Do you respect or do you try to possess? Do you let desire drag you forward or do you hold yourself back? You do not get to choose the first spark, but you do get to choose whether it becomes a fire. Arousal begins as a reflex, but being human begins with the ability to stop.